So outside of America, have you got to do any international travel?
I have. 2019, I spent 4 months at Marvelous in Japan.
Nice.
Tell
me about it. Please tell me all the details.
So it's intense. It's very intense.
Yeah.
We woke up at 9, had breakfast, 10 o'clock, training till noon. That was just like cardio and core training. Then we took a break for lunch, which was about 2 hours. I'd usually like just scarf down some food, take a nap, and then we went for in-ring training. And that was anywhere between 2 and 3 hours.
It's like school. It is legitimately wrestling school, where it is your everyday, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Now, how often were you also doing shows?
So we did 2 to 3 shows a week. So I wrestled for Marvelous, and then they would outsource me to other indie companies in Japan, which was really cool. The nice thing was you didn't have to train the day after a show.
That's good.
Yes, recovery day. You look for recovery day. And of course, I'm in Japan, so I didn't really do recovery day. I'm like, I'm going to explore Japan. I'm going to see everything. I'm going to eat everything.
Good for you. Once you're there, you're in it. You're not.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to your hotel room and getting McDonald's like some of my American friends do when they're international.
No, I like engulfed myself in the culture. I think it made it easier too. I was the only foreigner from at the time, actually. They didn't have any other foreign girls there.
Wow.
So just me. I met an Australian girl named Alex Lee while I was over there.
Okay.
And she took me around and she showed me everything. And like, I don't know. I felt like it was definitely my eat, pray, love of my life. I really found myself there.
And that's what I tell young girls coming up. Like my Japan was Mexico. Sarah Stock or Sarita,
So awesome.
Yeah. So she ended up taking me there when she was, oh God, I was probably just turned 19 and I was there for 3 months. And you know, then 6 years later, she was my tag team partner and we won the belt. But anyways, being out of your comfort zone, of your home, of your country, and training in a completely different way, training with girls with English is not their first language. You know, everyone wants to believe that professional wrestling's a work and it's not real. And we talk about everything. Then how do we put matches together with people that don't speak the same language as us?
Exactly.
Traveling, no matter how old you are, for wrestling is life-changing in the best possible way.
It so is. I just feel like I learned so much about myself. I feel like things just started clicking because like you said, we don't speak the same language. So you had to go off body language. A lot of times we weren't like talking about things. We just wrestled.
Yep.
And I learned how to wrestle there.
Yeah.
Before
great.
I was always like this character. And then like I came back, I'm like, oh, I'm a wrestler now.
How nervous were you before your first Japanese like professional match?
Oh my gosh. I thought I was going to pass out. I just couldn't believe it. Luckily, my first match was with a girl that spoke English.
Okay, great.
But my second match was a tag match. And I'm sure you know, like, because in Mexico and Japan, the matches are insane. Tag matches are insane. They're not anything like American tag.
No. Like 3 falls, 30 minutes minimum. And you're like,
oh, yeah. Running the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's intense.
You get home in the best shape you've ever been in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I had cardio for days.
Yeah. And in Mexico, too, is like the elevation. And I thought I had great cardio when I went to Mexico. And then the first match, I was like, I might vomit. And then someone threw a beer in my face mid-match. And I was like, okay,
I'm back.
Yeah. Now, what about the dynamic of the crowd? Because for our listeners who don't know, Japanese audiences are very respectful. They're very quiet. They wait for something and then they clap. It's not the conventional hoo-ha, show us a big special move. How is that culturally to integrate into?
So weird because like here we think like when they're being quiet, and I'm realizing this here in the United States too, whenever you're actually just wrestling, the fans are quiet because they're watching. So I'm starting to get not insecure about that. But at first I was like, oh my God, they're not awful. They're not reacting to me. They hate me. But over time I started bringing out my personality more. Good. And they started reacting to it. They're like, like, but it's so different. It's like, they're very quiet. They really are. They're watching. They want to be entertained, but just because they're not reacting doesn't mean they're not into it.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what we're trained to do. Like we're supposed to vibe off the audience, and there's zero vibe. But there's a ton of vibe, but it's different vibe.
Everything's different there. Mexico, they're loud too, though, aren't they?
Oh my
They're
God.
like so loud.
They're so loud and so interactive. Like Japan and Mexico are polar opposites when it comes to the fans in wrestling. Like on independent shows in Mexico, they they want you to be thrown into the bleachers. They want to throw their beer at you. But it's all signs of respect, and they're enjoying it. And they're so loud, but it's all love. Like, it's like, honestly, it was like I left Mexico, and still to this day, I'm 35 years old. I'm hoping to retire early from firefighting one day. And I don't know what I'm going to do in wrestling and entertainment, but I know I'm not done. I still would like to retire in Mexico, because I think
love that
the people are so beautiful. They have a lot of people have so little, but they have family, and they have love, and they have music, and they love wrestling and sports. And I don't know, something about the culture there just really spoke to me. And they have so much fun, and they don't give a shit.
The thing I watch when I watch like lucha matches, like the crowd is so interactive. It's so fun. I haven't got to go yet. That's on my list.
Oh, good.
Definitely somewhere I need to go.
Yeah, please. I 5-star review, 10 out of 10. I recommend.